Hey team, how are you? Look, life is tough. It's not meant to be easy. Life is a challenge. It's a challenge because of uncertainty. And everything we see around us, we're not able to control. So the only thing that we can control, the thing that we can be certain of, is ourselves, our mind, and how we can operate it. So I want to tell you something about a state, and that we have two states that basically exist within us. We're actually, if you think about it, two different people, two psyches within one person. And then we have the psyche of the ideal state, our higher self, and we have our natural state, which is our physical self. So what happens in that situation is that our higher state is our GPS, it's our guiding system, it's our calling, it's directing us towards a higher purpose, a bigger purpose, an ideal purpose, something that we are fully capable of, that is our potential. And our natural state, the physical state, is basically connected to our body and our psychology. So we fear discomfort, pain, hard work, and we fear the opinions, the judgment of other people. So what happens is, it's easier to be in our natural state, and it's more difficult to be going towards our ideal state. Now imagine a mountain. It's easier to climb up the mountain than it is to go down the mountain. Let me say that again. It's easier to go down the mountain, right? It's easier to go downhill than it is to go uphill. So what I'm saying basically is that our propensity is to do what is ease and comfort. And so the journey of the human being, the journey of our lives, is to align, to get our higher state, our spiritual state, our ideal state, to push and navigate our physical state. Okay, so what we do this pushing is through our willpower. So willpower is the intermediary, what I call the thing that is connected to source. It's the intermediary that aligns what we have the potential to be, our ideal state, our calling, our blueprint, what is telling us what we are, what we should be, what we were born to be, and our natural state, which is clinging to the physical, to the body, to the opinions, judgments of people. So we have to align it, we have to push it, we push it through willpower. So those are the two states that are within us. And so when we feel bad and we say we're not good, it's not that we're not good, it's that aspect of us, the natural state, that is pulling us towards ease and comfort. And so what we have to do is recognize that it's not we that are bad, it's that our ideal state, our physical state, our natural state, what I call our default state, is winning at that point. It's governing us. And so we have to exercise willpower to push and align our ideal state to govern our physical state. So our ideal state, what we think in our mind at the higher level, is directing then our physical actions in the real world to translate into impact, into the actions that are creating impact. They're basically being our footprint and our imprint of how we live our lives in this world. So in order to exercise willpower, that's the critical thing. How do you align your higher state to navigate and direct your natural state, right? That's the question. And the way you do it is by exercising willpower. So the first stage in, let's say, if you wanted to start jogging, or if you wanted to lose weight, or if you wanted to achieve a challenge, or if you wanted to develop yourself, or if you wanted to just be aligned and be one as a person, to be a great human being, the first thing you have to do is exercise willpower. And the way you exercise willpower is on the smallest thing first, right? So do the littlest thing that you can to affect yourself to be great with. So what I mean by that is, you know, if it's just about, you know, folding your bed when you get up, that's the first thing. It's just a simple thing. You win in the beginning of the day with doing that. Then you try and do something that's easy. Maybe just do your washing, make a phone call, make good wishes to one of your family members. Do something positive that's exercising will that you didn't have to do, that you're doing. And then as you do that, slowly you start progressing on the more difficult task until you get to a situation where you're comfortable and you start doing your most difficult task first. And that's basically aligning your higher state to navigate your physical state, okay? But there are a series of steps after that as well, which I can go into, and they relate to prayer and exercise and cold showers and everything else you need to do to exercise willpower, because it's willpower that is making the motion. It's like if you imagine a diesel train, it has to shunt, and it's got this huge load of hundreds and hundreds of carriages, especially in the US, and it has to shunt. So it shunts first and it moves slowly, builds up torque, and then starts moving its wheels and then starts moving forward. In the same way, you have to exercise your willpower slowly, then start shunting forward, moving forward, building up basically momentum. And then when you have that momentum, then you start doing your most difficult tasks first. And then again, that really builds you up. And ultimately, it's about realization, because your willpower is connected to source, what I call the higher power, God, Allah, whatever you want to call it, infinite intelligence, and whatever other names people give the higher power. Ultimately, the higher power is the same. But my point is this, that you have two states. You have to recognize that there's two people, two parts within you, and one is your ideal and one is your natural. And the game is to get the ideal to manage, govern, run the natural. And you do that by exercising willpower. And you exercise willpower by doing small steps in your consciousness. That's whatever your consciousness is telling you to do. And as you do, then the game changes. And I'll try and bring in another episode regarding how to then not only get the diesel train shunting, but also get it staying on track and maintaining track. Our journey is greatness. I want to be great, and every human being's journey is greatness. Greatness is aligning your ideal with your natural and being consistent to that in each and every thought, in each and every moment. And that's what I'll leave you with for now. Talk to you soon.